And we're just going to give you a really brief overview really quickly of how we're going to do this, okay? So I've started my share, and that's right here in Zoom. You all should be seeing my screen now, right? So this is going to be a two-step process. We have two different boards in Miro that you're going to go into, and right now in the chat, I'm going to put in the link for board number 1. So everybody take a look in chat. This is where board number 1 is going to be. And here in Zoom, we're going to split you up into teams. So you're going to see once you get in here that there is room for, if you're still looking at my Zoom share, you'll see that we've got 4 different teams here, right? So we're going to break people up into 4 different teams. Once you get in there, you're going to have a facilitator, and that facilitator will walk you through what to do in this. Very first step is going to be 10 minutes for this first exercise. I will be, since I'm going to be the facilitator over top of everything, I'll be coming in and taking a look at some teams and seeing how people are doing, but I'm also the timekeeper. And so I will send a message out that all teams can see. You got 5 minutes left. You got 2 minutes left. You got 1 minute left. After a 10-minute exercise, we'll do a 5-minute exercise here. Once we do that, we'll have just a few minutes for chat, so everybody in the teams can be chatting, right? And if you've never been on teams in breakout rooms in Zoom before, you can only hear the people that are in your breakout room. Everybody can see the same thing on Miro, right? So 2 different parts of this. Miro is one part and Zoom is another part. So you're never going to leave Zoom. You need to keep Zoom open, but in your browser, you need to be in this link in order to participate in here, okay? Once we get finished with that first part, there'll be a part 2, and I'm not going to give you that link yet. You'll get that link once we finish with part 1, because we want everybody to stay focused on what we're doing here, okay? So that's really about it. The basis of this stuff is collaboration, right, and teamwork. So the very first thing you're going to be doing is going to be individual work, but then the second part of that will be where everybody's going to collaborate and you're going to work together, and your facilitators will run you through that, okay? Okay, so then I am going to stop the share, and we're going to split people up into breakout rooms, all right? So we're going to have 4 rooms. As you can see on there, there are 4 different areas for everybody to work in. I will give each of you a facilitator, and I think there'll be like a little link you'll just have to click to actually get into it. All right, so I am gonna, as soon as everybody gets in the breakout rooms, I'll start my timer for 10 minutes. All right.
Phrases, not sentences, 1 idea per sticky. And then here's some little instructions for how to create a sticky in Miro if you haven't. If you don't have Miro, just go ahead and shout them out, and I'll transcribe for you, and we'll try it that way. We can talk it through while we go. So feel free to turn on your mics and have at it. So I don't see a lot of your cursors.
No, they're not going to be able to. The people who can't get in, you're not going to see their cursors.
Right, but I think I thought just 1 person couldn't get in, so I feel like I should see.
Okay, can everybody find team 3 on the Miro board? You guys all got it? Oh, don't move things around. Don't copy, don't move things around.
There we go.
Okay.
So Donna, so if you guys see the Miro board, down in the lower left quadrant is where our team's little workspace is.
Yeah, can you scroll down a little bit so we can see the message again?
Sure.
The other way, sorry. Yeah, well, I mean, you can go up a little more. There you go, perfect. There, thanks.
Joshua, are you writing your hopes and fears in the chat?
No,
oh no, I'm putting it
kind of
in the sticky notes.
Oh, you're doing that. Wonderful. Is everyone, Kate, are you able to do it?
I think I can add them to the chat.
I can see you.
Oh, yeah, should I am it to Ruby, I guess? Okay, I'll just send them to you.
You guys are cooking in room 4. Way to go.
Hey, Jeff.
Way to go. So 2 minutes left. Two minutes in
2
stage
minutes?
1.
Cool. Okay.
Yep. Team 4 has got a lot. All right. Team 1 really picked up the steam. Everybody is. Awesome. Awesome. Way to go, guys. Way to go. About a minute and a half left. All right.
Guys, so what we're going to be doing now for the next 5 minutes or so is organizing these hopes and fears.
All right. You guys need to switch to part 2 now. Okay. Start doing the organization now. You got it, Ruby?
Sorry, Jeff. So we should start the categorization.
Yeah. Start categorization now.
Suji just plugged into the mirror. So should I give her extra time or should I start with the categorization?
What's that?
Surichi was able to come to mirror right now, sometime back. So should I give her some time?
So you're missing some people, or they just can't get in Miro?
So they just got in Miro right now. So should I give them time to write their hopes and fears?
You've got a few there. I'd say maybe just a couple of more minutes, and then that's going to be about it. We got to keep moving. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Right.
All right. Have you guys moved on to categorization now, Dave?
No.
Okay. Time to move to categorization.
Okay, so we can start categorizing these hopes and fears, I think, into different groups, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to have a categorization ticket over top of it. So this is going to be moving in columns, all of your stickies that are alike, and in columns, and then you're going to put a categorization sticky on top of those. That's going to tell what those are about, right?
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Thanks.
So
Okay. Got it.
All right. Looks like you guys are good in your categorization
Okay,
exercise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All right. So
Thanks.
you got 4 minutes left.
okay.
How you guys doing here?
We've got our hopes categorized. So I was going to move over and categorize the fears.
Awesome. So make a sticky at the top of each one. Oh, yeah, you got it. Okay. So culture, ideas, process. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good deal. All right. So you got, I'm going to extend the time just a little bit. There's only about a minute, but I'll extend it a couple minutes for you guys. Okay.
Okay. And we're doing, tell me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but someone's going to present this to the rest of the larger group. Is that right?
We're not going to do that this time. What we're going to do is we're actually going to have each of the teams. We're going to take 5 minutes when this is done, and have each of the teams just go around and take a look at the other boards and see what the other teams did. It'd be a lot simpler that way. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
In a balance in MongoDB.
Okay.
So it's the same scenario, but we're just a different team.
Right. And then the team step 2, team 1. So I'm sorry, we have to go to team 2, but yeah, I'm sorry, I was on team 1. Right.
Yeah, you guys should all be in the same place. Just move your team over to board 2 now, so we'll get going. And Mark, I'm going to extend 10 minutes since you left that good 15-minute break in between me, and that really helps out. We just lost a little bit of time with those tech issues at the beginning, so.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Okay, cool. Good deal.
We can just keep on rolling.
Even alternate spellings for the same word.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Jeff. We need to jump over to board 2 now. We lost some time with those tech issues. So I put the link for board 2 in the Zoom chat. So let's everybody jump over there now. A couple of other teams have already started, and we're going to extend 10 minutes so that we can get this second part done. Okay.
Got it.
All right.
All right. Here is board.
Right now we are making a template like this. So it's basically close to what we did, but we are using these.
Is this long column here, is that just one that I've highlighted? What do you all think? Should we break this up, or do you think it's all kind of
It
similar.
feels like a big column. Like I think that if we talk about, well,
Mark, you can say if you want me to do something, you cannot access the mirror board.
What's that? I'm sorry.
You can say me, but if you want me to do something for you,
Oh yeah. I'm just kind of talking.
yeah.
Needs to be
First
broken
term.
up, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly how we do that.
Oh, okay, let's go over our categories. We have VPs, new hires, managers, personnel, customers. So here, these all go to the, what's the name of the category? Can it be
Interactions or people?
people,
Staffing, maybe?
human sources, staffs,
I like staffing.
Yeah.
staff. Yeah, okay. There we go. And
Actually,
then,
I like the word staffing rather than staff.
okay. Yeah, I think this category, I like it. And then website content, articles, data monetization, databases, conferences, server farm, and onboarding. Okay. These are all regarding the website.
Welcome back, everybody. Come on, everybody else, come back over. All right, there we go. There we go. Cool. All
Welcome
right,
back.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. So besides just a couple of little technical snafus that we had, I watched all your teams and you guys rocked. You guys really did a good job at this. I got the okay from Mark to extend a couple of extra minutes because it took us a little while longer. We're at 3:51, so the next session starts in 9 minutes. All right. So what we can do right now, and let's just do this for a couple of minutes. All right. I'm going to share my screen again. So everybody watch my screen share, and we're just going to go on board 2. I mean, you can all be in the board too, but I'm going to share my screen. Well, you know what? Let's not. Everybody just everybody get on the board, on board 2, and let's take a look at team 1. Everybody go up to team 1 and let's take a look at what team 1 did. All right.
You might want to share, Jeff, for the folks that don't have access.
Oh, right. Yep. Thank you, Dave Markey. All you people I have that keep me square. All right, there you go. So those of you who couldn't see, now you can see. All right, so who wants to tell us 1 minute about what team 1 did? Who's your spokesperson?
Okay, I think that's me. So we basically broke it out like a full organization. So we have different costs that the organizations will have, but also like revenue shares, and then also like personnel, the data. They also have costs and budgets, but we were kind of talking about at the end was that those are kind of interchangeable, like depending on the scale of them. But one thing that we really learned was that a lot of these can be broken up different ways. At the end, we were even talking about like, oh, well, this could go here. And if we switch these things around, like this could become a new category. So like, for example, in the budgets one, if we took off the conferences, like that could be different departments, but also like maybe sales is a department. So we just kind of learned that like how you categorize things kind of determines like what you talk about. So it was really interesting.
Good. Yeah, a lot of these could be broken up into subcategories, and these things can get really deep depending on what kind of projects you've got going. All right, excellent. Thank you very much for that. Let's move over to team 2. Who is the spokesperson for team 2?
Mark, would you like to be a spokesperson for team 2?
Sure. Yes. So we broke things very similar to team 1. There are many ways that we could break these apart. Oh, can you zoom in a little bit? And some of them could fall into other categories depending on what this company is actually doing. So are some of our costs, are those costs, or are those actually sales numbers, right? We didn't know. So we kind of broke it out into our tech stack, into the departments that the roles fell under, then kind of the levels, because you could have like art department, then you have the different tiers of people underneath the art department. So you have your new hires, and each of those would be like steps in the process of moving up inside of your career trajectory, right? And then we had the sales and marketing a pillar, and then we had our costs pillar.
Cool. All right, time's up. But just let me ask you one question. It's interesting that you've got different colored stickies. Do those different colors mean something in the way you did this?
They do, but I don't remember what they were.
Okay, no worries. All right, so let's go down and take a look at team 3 down bottom left. Everybody zoom over to team 3. All right, team 3, you got 1 minute, go.
All right, who's going to present? Someone jump in. I'm going to nominate Glenna.
There you go. Glenna's good at this. Unmute, Glenna, if you're muted.
Oh, I don't know that I am good. But anyway, we were looking at breaking it into costs, people, and assets. A lot of things fell under like expenses, costs. And then in people, we had personnel. We also have, we don't have a little green sticky above it, but it was departments for our department, advertising, marketing, and sales. Okay, team 3, help me out.
That's pretty good. Yeah. The way you did the
I would say
departments.
we had the same issues that I think all the teams had. You know, onboarding can be a department, onboarding can be a process, onboarding can be, you know, one of your assets that you're actually selling. So, you know, a lot of what we spent time doing is saying, okay, we don't even know what this company is actually supposed to do.
Yeah.
That would have, you know, if we'd known what they sold, then it would have made a little more sense as to what is something that can be sold as opposed to something that needs to be considered as a cost. Those kinds of things. So.
And I left it ambiguous on purpose, just so that questions like that might come up. All right, so team 4, and then we're going to wrap it up. So everybody over to team 4, who's the spokesperson at team 4. You guys are so organized on team 4. All right.
Team 4, who wants to jump in?
Who's talking? Got a minute.
Scott, Samantha, Kate.
Sorry about that. I had myself on mute. So yeah, I can talk to this. I think it's like, it's a typical kind of procedure that you happen, I think, in any kind of UX thing where you first have all the parts and you try and talk through them to say, what do these parts mean to each person? And then start aligning them into different categories. There were some of these items that I think we kind of went back and forth on, like, is this content? Is this a supply chain? Or are these assets? Or are these just company departments?
Yep.
So it was really more about juggling them around and resorting and then coming to agreement with everybody.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. All right. So good deal. So you can see how every team did things just a tiny little bit differently, right? Kind of sort of the same, but tiny a little bit differently. And so now we're going to wrap up. What I think is really cool and really intuitive on Mark's part was to put us back towards the end, because I think you can see, if you've been watching the other presentations, how all of that ties into what we just did in this exercise, right? I couldn't have planned it more perfectly than it was. As I was watching the presentations, I was texting Mark, Macaluso, and Troy and going, guys, this sets us up so perfectly for the workshop. It's gonna be great. All right, so let's give you a couple of minutes until the next one comes on. Thank you all so much for being here. You guys rock. You did a fantastic job in this. Facilitators, very cool, way to go. Mark, is there anything you want to say before we close out? And I shut it all down.
Thank you, Jeff. This was awesome, and like everybody else today, you've done an awesome job pivoting. So to make it work for those of us that did not have the Miro access. This is actually a great workshop. I have not done a whole lot of taxonomy workshops, so this is really cool to see, and I could see using this in practice, and it really ties nicely into the whole theme of IA and figuring out and kind of workshop around being curious, right? I think this is an awesome job. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Good deal.
Thank you all
good
for
job,
your
everybody. We'll see you all.
Thanks, everyone.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.